I'm Katie McGuire, and I'm here to show you how to make my family's tried and true recipes from McGuire's Kitchen to yours. Okay, so today we are making Patty's artichoke and spinach dip. It's been on the menu at McGuire's now for almost 50 years, which is pretty amazing. For the patty dip that we're making today, first I'm gonna start with some room temperature cream cheese. It's pretty important that you set your cream cheese out earlier on before you start working on the recipe, just so that your arm isn't dying by the end of the recipe when you're mixing all this together. So we're gonna add that into my bowl, and then we're gonna get our sour cream. We've got some heavy cream. I never said that this was a healthy recipe, but it is very delicious. Some Parmesan cheese. McGuire's Steak Shake seasoning. Now this is sold in the gift shop and online as well. It's kind of like our secret ingredient in almost every single recipe that we have on the menu. Like everything that I make as I've been going through this cookbook, I've noticed has this ingredient in it. There's also a recipe in the back of the cookbook on how to make it too. We're gonna throw that in. And then we are going to get our spinach. Now, I bought this frozen, and then I got a cheesecloth and squeezed out all the excess water that was in the spinach. That's super important when you're making any type of spinach dip, just because you're gonna have water sitting on top of your dip if you don't do that. Now, I'm going to mix all of these ingredients in together before I add my quartered artichokes in. So now that we have most of our ingredients all mixed together, we're gonna add, last but not least, our quartered artichoke hearts. And these kind of just go directly in there. And you wanna be gentle with it. You don't wanna break up the artichoke hearts too much, but you still don't want them to be quite as large as they are now. Okay, so now we are going to grab a casserole dish, whichever one you want to use. I'm going to use this pretty little white one, and we will be pouring it in. Okay, so it doesn't have to be super smooth on the top. You just want to make sure you get it all in there. There we go. You can add a little bit of extra Parmesan on top. I personally am not going to. I think that there's plenty of creamy cheesiness inside as it is. Now that this is in the dish that you want it to be in, we're gonna throw it in the oven on 350 for 15 minutes. All right, so I have the spinach dip in the oven. I have it on 350 for about 15 minutes until it gets bubbly. And while that's in the oven, I'm going to be deep frying my tortilla chips that are gonna go with it. And I use green because they just seem more Irish when they're green, right? Now that you have your tortillas in cute little chip forms, you're gonna get your tongs. We are going to be dropping in our cute little green chips. And they're gonna cook pretty fast. You want them to cook fast because if they sit in this oil for too long, then they're gonna turn soggy. You wanna use a nice oil that's going to withstand the high temperatures of frying something. So if you use extra virgin olive oil, it's not gonna work because the oil is gonna deteriorate on you. I'm using a vegetable oil today. Peanut oil works good. All right, so I'm finishing up the last few tortilla chips that we've made. They're looking good. Make sure you put them on a paper towel to kind of get that excess grease off of them. And yeah, they should still have like a chewy consistency in the middle, but feel like a chip at the same time. And now that we have these done, I'm pretty sure our spinach and artichoke dip is gonna be done. There we go. Perfect with a nice green chip. And I don't know if anyone has noticed this, but at almost every single item at McGuire's features the parsley garnish. No recipe is complete without a little green dust. Even our sushi is garnished with parsley. It kind of gives it just that little extra green pop. And now that you have watched me make the spinach dip the McGuire's way, you know how to make it at your house the McGuire's way as well. Okay, so the perfect drink that pairs perfectly with this dish is the McGuire's Irish Wake. This is the most famous drink at McGuire's. It will knock you on your ass if you're not careful with it. It has 151 rum, gold rum, blue curacao, and freshly squeezed orange juice with a maraschino cherry on top. So to make it at your house, you're gonna want 1.5 ounces of the 151 rum, 1.5 ounces of gold rum, not 151. We'll do our orange juice. This is about 8 ounces. All right, so you wanna shake your ingredients nice, get it all mixed together. Then I have my jar filled with ice already. We're gonna pour it directly over the ice. Top with the blue curacao. And give it a little stir. And voila, it is magically the Irish Wake. And there you have it.